Tell us if we've started.
Welcome. I think we have it right today. Today, I feel a little bit like, is it Jimmy Fallon who says on Friday nights, I need to write some thank you notes?
Mm-hmm.
So
No,
this is going to,
probably Tuesday, but yeah.
oh, whatever. This is going to be, I need to make some birthday cards. So you want to make some with me? Look at this. We are going to make the easiest card layout ever. And we're going to make a bunch of birthday cards. And a couple of things I wanted to explain about this first, because you need hardly anything for this. What am I looking for? Okay. So I said, just grab some 6x6 paper. We're in a using up your paper stash mode of mine because there's a new catalog coming and lots of new papers. And even my 12x12s, I like to cut some of them, not all of them, but I always have stacks like this handy because when I'm designing cards or working things, it's just easier than pulling out the big sheets. And some papers come like this. So I love doing a series of things on how we can best use our 6x6 paper.
Oh, hello, this is Tim.
And Karen.
From Stampin' on the Back Porch.
And there will be at the end, I'm going to put a link up to a series of videos about using 6x6 papers. So that's pretty awesome. And first, talking about birthday cards. Okay, these are the birthday cards Tim is taking to the post office tomorrow because they're for April birthdays in the Back Porch Stampers.
Excuse me.
A bunch of us send.
I guess we're not a month behind.
Cards to each other. I also send birthday cards to all of my downlines. So I send tons and tons of birthday cards. And I do know that for most people, birthday cards are the #1 card we make. So I'd love to know if that's true for you. And of course, what we're making today doesn't need to be birthday cards. I just thought since I need a stack. So the other thing I did was I used a bunch of my 6x6 papers and then so I did all that first. So I just kind of want to talk a little bit today about how you can kind of plan out your things. And then I used for each set that I used, I chose a different punch and a different sentiment stamp to say happy birthday. So that was just kind of fun. So we're going to kind of look at all that. So these cards need nothing but a punch or hand cutting. Doesn't matter at all. So that is going to be really fun. And which leads me into, because we're doing this, the drawing for this week is going to be for 4 packs of 6x6
okay
papers.
2 packs.
Yeah, 3.
Well, 3
3. But the drawing for last week, which we announced now, was for this adorable stamp set. This is what I do with retired things, and these are retiring papers, so I think that's just really cool. And if you're wondering what to do with those papers, we got you covered today. This is going to Zelda Stevenson. Zelda, just message me your address, and I'll pop it in the mail. This is just this adorable retired stamp set. So how fun is that?
It is.
2 quick announcements, and then our favorite part. But let's see. The next class will be announced tomorrow. The link will be up tomorrow. But in the All Good Cards Club, it's going to be the weekend after Easter. So whatever that is. And we're going to be doing kind of my top 10 at the moment. They can change next month. Stamping techniques with your stamps. We're actually going to play with stamps. It's going to be really a fun class.
Should I go look at the calendar so we can tell them exactly what it is?
I think they can wait till tomorrow. And then we'll announce it. But if you're looking, no, you can't leave yet because we've got mail.
I know.
Okay. And the last thing before that is the host code. This is the last day to get in on this month's card kit, which I had a card here, but I've shown them before. But it's really cute. It's really fun. And remember that if you order from me 6 months in a row, then you get to pick anything free in the catalog up to $30. So you keep track of it. I don't. You just let me know. Tell me what you want. So this is the last day for this. But if you forget and use this the next couple of days, that's fine. Just now, Joy yelled, 9 sweaters zipped greatly. I absolutely love that sentence because that's kind of how I would be going through my closet to change these. And I'm going to give you a sneak peek about tomorrow's. It'll go up tomorrow. But this is going to be really a fun one. But don't worry about it. If you forget, need that. Okay.
I really am not a good reader because I thought it said just now jelly. But it was the J and then I jumped to the Y and
yes.
the L's. And
Sue said most of her cards are Christmas. That would be the other one. I think birthdays and Christmas. But since it's not Christmas season. And I think birthday cards are fun to have on hand. So just know if you were making sets of these cards for people, they wouldn't all need to be birthday. But since that's what I need, that's what we're going to go with. Kind of use up that paper stash. So let's go here. And first, let's look at mail.
We've got mail.
Oh, cute. This is from, oh, see, I'm going to talk off screen, but Mary Jackson from Nebraska.
There's
I'll let you open it. Isn't that fun?
If I can.
Let's see if you can stand it up.
Look at that. Oh, no.
Yeah.
It's
So see
more.
like that. See? How
There's
cute.
money.
Oh, it was for an order. Okay. Oh, okay. There it went. Okay, Mary. How cute is that? I love that. Just love what she did. And really a fun fold.
Extra special because it was
See, now you know.
It was filled
I don't
with
open
money.
things. I don't open things ahead of time.
I didn't even see that.
Luba Valix from New York. Oh, there. Oh, this cute little bunny. You know, do you have your Easter cards done yet? If you make them, how cute is that? It's like a bunny hiding in the flowers. I love that with Easter blessings.
Perfect
On the
color.
bridge card. That is so cute. I love it. Oh, that is so
Now,
fun.
Did Luba just color that? Or
Yeah,
with
it's
a
just,
pencil?
yep. So it's just
That's
a
a
little
great-
gray bunny.
It's a
Yeah.
great. It's a great color.
Pat is saying she makes lots of blank cards and adds greetings as needed. That is, she's done a lot of thinking of you lately. Oh, I love the idea of doing thinking of you and doing more often than just birthday cards, which is pretty cool. You know, what we're doing today, also, you could give a set of 4 cards and then mix greetings, you know, do greetings and let people attach, because I think that's a great idea too. And I love blank cards. I make lots of blank cards.
Who said thinking of you?
This is,
She won't answer my question.
oh, no, I was sidetracked.
Because when she said thinking of you, I thought she was thinking of
Oh,
us.
you wanted me
No,
to be
thinking of me. Actually.
Oh, okay. Stephanie Briggs from Florida. Oh, I love this. This is beautiful. That is so great. Oh, that is so fun. Oh, that is so fun. And she's talking about she loves doing the mass produced ones. Oh, this is a perfect card to open for today because she uses them a lot for her husband who is a pastor. How cool is that? And what I want to point out about this, I love how she is stamped right on the designer series paper. That is just always a great, fun stamping technique right there. I love that. Next, I know lately the phone has just been ringing. Melissa Harstead from Minnesota. Oh, cute. Oh, this is so fun. Love this with the butterflies. Do you see how she's got them all in the background? And then she's got her little tiny, the little accent piece right there. Love that.
It's a double popped up.
Yeah, it's
It's got 2 levels.
Yes, that is very cool.
So one of the letters that came this week had do not machine stamp, and it was extra postage. So this might have been the one.
Okay, and Amanda
Yes,
Bach
it is.
from Illinois.
Look
Oh,
at
it
that.
is.
Non-machinable.
Oh, well, non-machinable. Yeah, but she put that on.
I know it. But,
Oh, okay.
but that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Those two-
okay. Yes. Oh, I
it
see
might
what you're
get
saying.
stuck in
But
the
you know,
machine.
cards are worth it. Amanda Bach from Illinois. Oh, I love these kites. Oh, that is such a fun spring card. That is so wonderful. Look at that. And what a great card. Wishes for a carefree day. That is perfect.
I love flying kites.
And one last one from Susan Bobak in Michigan. Oh, there's extra things in here. Oh, I guess I should read these ahead of time. And oh, look at this book. Oh, Tim, there's for
Oh,
you.
that
Let hope be
is.
your anchor. And look at this gorgeous card. Oh, and she has, this looks like an actual photograph behind. Is that
It
just,
is.
Tim, that would be a good use for some of your photograph cards that
Yeah.
you love. I mean, your pictures you love to take.
Yeah.
Oh, we will have to do that. That is fabulous. And I will read her letter later. And Tim,
Yes.
there was an important phone call. I'm going to excuse you to go answer. And so I will carry
Okay.
on for myself a bit. Occasionally that happens, you know, a few things going on, not very often, but I'll try to handle this alone till you get back. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be hard.
Okay. So,
Susan, thank you for this. I love it.
yes. Oh, he will treasure that in his books.
Minnesota has lighthouses on Lake Superior.
Pat says, oh, we're always all thinking about you, Tim. That is wonderful.
Oh, that's so nice.
That is so great. So what we're going to do today, what I said that you needed to bring was just, I'm going to find my pieces here, a sheet of white cardstock, 6x6 pattern paper, and a base card. And this is what we're going to do. I just think this is just really a fun idea. So we'll do this one first. We're going to make a few. And I actually, you guys, I made 14 sets of these. So 14 different designer series papers. So what's that? 56 cards. And each set has a different sentiment and a punch. So at the end, we'll look through all of that. But first, we will make these. So this is a great way to just kind of start with your paper. So we're going to use, and we're just going to pull a couple of sheets out. And I'm going to pick these two. And I'm going to show you here what I already did because I already made a set. So here's my set of 4 cards. To see how I made these the same. I thought, now this is the same as this one. And then I have this one. And I think this is just really fun. So I made all of these with this Let's Celebrate You and circle punches. And so you can imagine all the different kinds of things. I know a lot of you make quantity cards for nursing homes, for fundraisers, for maybe you send out a lot of cards too to the Back Porch Stampers. Oh, I appreciate those that you do. It just makes it such a fun community. And if you'd like to get a birthday card from me, just make sure you go sign up on the list, you know. But I just think this is a really fun idea. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take our white paper, I'm taking a full sheet, and we are going to cut it at 4 1/4. One of the other things I really like about this layout, it makes such a good use of paper. Now I'm going to cut it at 3 1/4. Now there's only 2 measurements to remember today, 3x4s and 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So it's just our 1/4 inch framing.
Unfortunately, I had to leave and I won't be able to catch up. So I won't be able to do anything. No card making today for me.
He'll take any excuse he can get.
That's right.
He'd rather go take the photos and then work on that one kind of card. So 1 sheet of paper is going to make all of these. So I have 6 of these. I can also use scraps, you know, for my punches, but we're not dealing with the punches right now. So Kathy said she doesn't typically make Valentine's cards, but these are cute. She might have to change your mind. And what I'm going to tell you, I picked out 2 that didn't need to be Valentine's. I will tell you because I made them birthday cards. Some of the hearts too, I think would be cute birthdays or thank you. So when I look at a set like this, this one to me, that's the candy hearts ones, make it really seem Valentine's. Here's a real Valentine-y one. These others I use just for heart cards. So I use them for birthdays or thank you from the bottom of my heart. And all of these have a flip side. So I just love that we can use. And what I have is kind of leftovers of all kinds of stuff. So I don't have complete packs here.
Dude, is Valentine's Day on February 12th?
It's 14th, isn't it?
Oh, it's the 12th
Okay.
is when I asked you to marry me. That's what it was.
Because see, to me,
that's when I gave her a diamond.
and here I've used Let's Celebrate You because I just figured this is good. And this is I love you. So let's celebrate you. I'm ignoring Tim's attempts here. He's just saying what? I'm not playing it. No, I'm just, you know, you guys. Now, what's really cool about this, I'm going to take my 2 pieces. Okay, the white, we took a full sheet of white, cut it down the middle, 4 1/4. And then we made them 3 1/4 inch widths. And I'm going to show you why. Here's the main part right here. I'm going to cut 2 at one time. This, if you have a cutter, you could do a whole bunch of these at one time. But this is what I mean about making good use of this. And of course, with the new catalog coming, we will have paper shares again. And one of the ways you can get your paper is 6x6s. And the other way is 4x6s. Okay. I'm just going to cut these in half. So each of these is going to make 2 cards. So the one I have to remember is 3x4. Now, what's really good about doing 3x4, this is making really good use out of my 6x6 paper. It also would make very good use out of my 12x12 paper. If I really wanted to make a quantity, I would get 4, 8, 12 of these cards out of 1 sheet of 12x12 paper. So keep that in mind. I love it when measurements work that way. This one, I'm going to cut in half. So it'll be another 1 inch. These are going to be for my insides. And this one, I'll do another one, and I'm going to make it 4. And I do have this little bit left over. It's just going to go in my little scrap bucket. But look at this. What a good use of my pieces. So I have those two, and then I have insides. Just gonna match those up. Now, when I'm going to work with a thing of paper, so this is how I always like to design. I look at what colors are in the papers, and I pull out all those colors from my paper stack, and then I can look at them and kind of play around with the colors. For this, because we're doing this, I did that with the papers that I just pulled out. I just pulled out those two. So I picked Petal Pink and Real Red that are two of the colors, and I want to make them each a little bit different. Oh, I only pulled out for 2 cards instead of 4. Oh, well, we'll make 2 cards. We'll make the 2 that we didn't count. And now I can use my 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 for my backing. So that's why I just make this as simple as possible. When you come, we're going to use one that I don't have. We're going to use a white one on this one, because this is what I had you bring. So if you remember, really the only measurement you need to remember today is 3 by 4. The next one is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So those are the only 2 things, but both of them make such good use of this for the designer series paper, this size for your regular cardstock. So I just love that. Put that on my front. And then for the inside, I'm going to take another white piece. And this will be for my inside. That is it. And I'm just going to tell you, I did all 14 sets of these because I just had fun playing with the colors.
5 minutes.
Yeah, right. But then I came back and looked at how to decorate them. So we'll talk about that after we've done this. Oh, the heart paper, great for anniversary cards too. Great. Yes, I love that. And hearts just for sharing love for anything. So I think this is really cute paper because there really only are like 2 of them in that need to be Valentine's, and just use the flip side. But to me, this is bright, happy paper. Now, this is all I had you bring, but then I just also wanted to point out that you can just change it up by changing the color of the base. Okay. What size did I cut the white? Okay. We'll go over that again on the next card. But I did have some, oh, here we go. So when I cut these out, I just made a variety of sizes. So on this one, we're going to do a red base instead. I think this is Poppy Parade. So I better get my colors straight, but it's whatever's in the paper. Okay. And now what I think makes this really fun is that these cards are the same. I mean, they have the same paper, but they're still a little different because we've changed the colors. That's where I love working with the colors in a designer series piece of paper. And of course, on the inside, I could show both sides. I just didn't want that on the side. If I'd gone with the purple background, I would probably use this on the inside. But since I didn't, I will use this. And of course, this will be up on my blog. But I said, this is like the simplest card. Okay, and I put this in. And then I could do the same with the others. Okay. So this is adding another one. We're going to set those aside.
Very nice.
And I'll finish the others later. And then the next one will go to this one. It is simple, simple, simple. And yes, you're right, Pat. It's still attractive. It's still a lovely card that you would be happy to give. And of course, all of these could be played up more. You could add more embellishments. You could add ribbons. I'm keeping these really simple and going for the mass producing. Now you're going to notice, you see on these, we have the circle punch. Here I'm using this punch, which is retiring, and I'm going to miss this punch. But even with these, I just punched out 2. I didn't cut them apart, which I also could do and put out on the sides. But you see, I just attached them on different places, and they're just kind of fun. And now these are great. These are just some great masculine cards.
Explain it because they look like they're all the same place.
They're all the same size. See, this one, I just have it sticking out the end.
Way,
here it's
down.
below. Here it's on the left, and there it's off, skewed. Because I just was offsetting it. I wanted just a little bit more color. It looked a little too plain just having the white.
Yep.
And I didn't show, but I do on one of the other cards where you can also cut it apart, pull it out of both ends. But I just think these are simple, lovely cards. And sometimes you want to have some masculine cards on hand, just have on hand. And this would be great sympathy cards. So, this idea is good for everything. And I really think it's nice to have sympathy cards on hand. So on this one, I thought we'll use 2 different papers. So here's what I did. I pulled out another one that's retiring. If you're wondering what to get in April, just a couple of things. Paper is going up in price, not a ton. Shipping is going up, but a few things like that are going up. And also, all the designer series paper leaves. The ones from the main catalog will be leaving. This will be the last month, April will, and they're only good while supplies last. So I would definitely look at any papers if you want, any of those. And you can also ask me about anything else. So I just thought we'll continue this theme here. So I just pulled out 2 more pieces of this paper. And then you'll see what I did. I kind of looked at these ahead of time and decided what I wanted for base cards. And like I showed before, I just had you bring white because white could work for everything. But these are all the same. So I decided to use these 2 colors, Bumblebee, which is also going out. So these are my supplies, and then I have 2 for the inside. So again, in measuring, I'll go over the measuring again, but first I will cut these. And then we're going to have a whole set of 8 cards, but there'll be 4 different designs. Okay, so I just have to make sure this one is directional. So I have to make sure.
Work best to have them down like that instead of like the top left? Or
no, that would be a whole nother way to play with where you want to put the words. Yeah, anything can go. So it doesn't get easier than this. Okay, so let's look at this. And this is 6x6 paper, remember? So I have my 12x12 paper cut into 6x6 packets. But if I were using my whole 12x12, I would just cut a whole bunch of these. Cutting this in 3 inches is such a good use of this paper. So keep that in mind. There's my 3 inches. And then this way it goes 4. So 3x4 is your most important, really the only measurement you need to remember. And I'll tell you why in a minute. And then I need 2 of these cut in half. So I'll put this one in half. So they'll be 1 inch. Okay. And then this one, I will need 4 inches. Guys, I have fun, call it playing with paper, just putting out all the odds and ends. I didn't open any new packs or anything, but I'm just trying to use up what I have. And I thought this is such a fun way to just lay out what I have and decide what to work with. So remember, these are 3x4. So this part needs to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And the coolest thing about that is you cut it 4 1/4, which is half of your sheet of cardstock. So it's such a good use. You cut that down, you already have the 4 1/4. And then you do the 3 1/2. Now, when I sat down to make these, I did a whole bunch of these. I knew I'd need them for the inside. And I also used them on some of the outsides, as I'll show you going ahead. But now I'm just going to have fun putting them together. Oh, I didn't get those totally in half, but that's okay. It's just not going to matter. And I'm just going to make 2 of the cards here because really I would be doubling this. I'm going to make one like this. That's interesting. I put these together and I should have done 4 card bases, but I'll have some work to do afterwards. Oh, now I'm going to put this on here.
Good.
Just to add a little more color.
I'm paying attention here.
Okay.
Not saying much, but I'm watching.
And then figure out which of this I had in mind. Okay, I'm going to do this one on here. And I'm going to do this one on here. I mean, this is really speed card making. And then I'm going to look. This would be my inside. Do I want that or that? I think I'm going to use that. So I'll put that in the inside. So you can always look. And that way I'm still showing both sides of the card when you like to do that. All cardstock is going up a little bit. Several things. I should put a link up, but all by small amounts. So I, with the way, and shipping is going up too. It's going to go up to 11%. And I just think with everything going on, that is very reasonable. I was concerned that it might be higher. So I just think Stampin' Up! Has done a good job of trying to keep things in line. And we have not had any price increases. I don't know for how many years. They had said a lot of years on paper, anything, even though things do go up in price. Okay, I love that. And then on this one, I'm going to use the flip side in that too, just to change it up a little. See, this one you can use your papers and work right along with me, or this is so easy, you can just do it right afterwards and just enjoy doing this. I always think it's kind of fun if you're working along with me to at least cut this paper, at least have this ready to go, because then you kind of remember. So we are really, what's it called? Blasting that stash. So now look at that. We would have 2 cards now. So I would be doing 2 more of these and I would flip flop these colors.
Blast
that stash. Does that sound like drug use?
Right.
Oh, well,
I've never heard it before.
Okay. We call using up your stash. You know? Okay. Or mine. So I'm just thinking blasting your stash. I don't know. Maybe it's totally inappropriate. I have no idea. So I would have doubles of these and I would reverse. You can see these. This is pretty monochromatic. So it just has the blue. So I put it on white on one and then I reverse that on the other. These had several colors in, so I just chose totally different colors. This one, I could certainly choose some fun different colors. Yeah, so just kind of fun to make them all different, but I think that's really, really very fun. Okay, I have one more to cut apart, and then we're just going to enjoy looking at all of these. And let me... Well, here's this, but okay, here would be my things. Yeah, you would never...
I covered them up.
Okay, this is stunning paper that is leaving. This hand panned, well, all of these are. So again, I just picked out 2. Tim, you can look in the basket that has all those cards and see if you see the other cards with this paper. Okay. And so I keep my paper like this, and see, I just put it in. Have them in a little basket, one of each.
That it?
Yes, you did a good job for finding it right away. I feel like I'm talking to a kindergartner. I said, no, I didn't. Thank you, Tim. You know, I think we're a little tired around here today. But look how pretty these are. In different colors you could do, and we're going to use a couple of, I guess that one's the same. So let's not bother cutting that one. We'll do this one because it'll be a different one. But I just love how these are related. And you know what I did? I made a mistake on these. You can maybe see it on the camera. I did them on, I didn't realize I was working late at night last night when in the dark, which I mean, I had lights on, but it's not the daylight. Tim is laughing, but he says, isn't it time to relax and settle in? And I did it on vanilla instead of white. And I didn't redo them because I thought, well, there's yellow in here. I'm just going to go with that theme. Just know it wasn't the real plan. Tammy says she has a bunch of paper to use up. So this would be very helpful. Oh my goodness, Karen, this is what she does when she makes 500 cards for veterans just to finish them in 3 days and get them in the mail. Okay, that is a record. Okay, that is wonderful. But this is what this is perfect for. This is also perfect if you want to introduce somebody new to stamping. You know, you get or they can even come use your things. What a great way to get someone started. And they all look just lovely and fresh. And notice here I'm using that double punch, the oval and the little punch. And then I didn't write down any stamp set sentiments because the whole point of this was just how fun it is. I don't know if there's an right side to this or not, but we'll go there. The whole point was to pull out your sentiments. And that's one plus I'm going to say for paper pumpkin. Now, I don't use my older paper pumpkin stamp sets because I like to show on a video what's current. But what I'm suggesting for those of you that do, you get all those great sentiment stamps. And the last paper pumpkin had a whole bunch of sentiments in it. All kinds of sentiments are fun to pull out. So when I wanted to make birthday cards, I just went through what I had and pulled out different sentiments. And I thought, how fun is that? Because then you have all these things to work with. Okay, so put that one in. So now I have these 2. And let's see, I'm not sure if both of these colors will work for this or not, because I just really wasn't thinking, but these are colored. Yeah, okay. This could be a base, and this could be a base.
So are all of these pastels? Is that what they're called?
No, because this one isn't, and neither is this. So these two
Really?
happen to be. This is kind of a pastel-y look.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
sure does.
yeah, to this thing, but it does have some richer colors in it.
Yeah.
Like, see, these two are not, but isn't that fun? Whereas this
Yeah.
one is very springy and pastel looking. So I thought, how fun is that? And then I just pulled out, again, let's try these and see if this would work. So I would do this on one, and I would do this on one. Now, how cool is that? Okay, I don't think I even need to finish them because I think we have the idea, but we'll show these one more time again. But I think how fun, because now I'm going to have more to add to this set. So you can see how you could take a whole set of papers and just create a bunch of totally different cards. Okay, Cindy said she keeps a box of semi-finished cards that say need sentiment and embellishments. You know what? That is a great idea, because if you've got the bones of your card, you know, the whole structure put here, then it can be fun. So I actually added last night, I went through and added, in the afternoon, I'd made the cards, but in the evening, we went to church and we came home, and that's why it's kind of dark, but I put sentiments in all the cards. And then I sat in my easy chair and just went through and added, took my little embellishment box and just went through and added little embellishments. So it's just fun.
Did one of the blings fall
Yeah,
off?
one did fall off, but
Okay.
actually,
I thought maybe you were just doing it.
but actually it is okay, isn't it?
Yep.
So I will have all of these on my blog in the morning. So I'll have them in sets by 4, but we'll continue to look at the rest if you want to get that out. So we've done 1, 2,
What is that out? Next.
3 sets here. Yep. I'm going to look at a bunch more. We'll start with the ones that are disappearing that you have to get soon because they're in this catalog. So here is the Wild Birthday. And again, you'll notice I've used I think it's probably easier to put them this way. I have used no die cutting. There's nothing on here. So this is a perfect beginner card.
The round thing is not die cut?
They're just punches.
Oh,
You can do it as die.
got
They're
it.
just
Sure,
punches.
I got it.
Yeah, and this is cut, and this is from the Wild Birthday. I think these are really fun cards. And again, you'll notice I tried to make them all a little different in their background colors, but white always works. So keep that in mind. White always works. But I just love that idea of laying out your colors and saying, oh, how can we make these four kind of all a little different? And yet they all have the Wild Birthday thing. And then they all have they're all the same inside. So there's that one. Next, we have In Symmetry. I think all of the papers in this would be gorgeous. So in my leftovers, you know, I don't have every paper left anymore, but I think I just love these.
Yep.
There are a bunch more patterns in here. They would all be fun. And these are just 2 different punches. I've just layered one punch on top of a smaller one on top of a bigger one. And I thought, and now these are all birthday cards. So those of you with a May birthday will probably be getting these because my April ones are ready to send out. So
Just the different color and background makes those 2
yes,
papers look
yeah, look
so
at that.
different.
Yeah, isn't that fun?
This looks, yeah, they just, the blue comes out in this, and
It's also, I think this is fun
Pink.
to do because as you're playing with something, instead of making the very same thing over and over, you can make the same card, but then look for little tweaks. I might change the colors. I might change the punch, change the words. I think that's all just kind of fun. What punch is that? Someone have to tell me because I used a different punch on all of these, so I wasn't writing down anything. These 2 are staying. I know they're still current, but I wouldn't know the names. I can go back and add the names, but I know one of you is going to jump in and add that. So, but I love having a variety of punches. Now, again, I don't hang on to my punches when they retire just because I don't, if I were just making cards for myself, I would never get rid of a punch because I'd be making a lot of these kinds of things. I just don't want to be showing things that you can't get. So that's my only thing. But I think you can never have too many punches. And I personally love punches. And I think these are lovely. Now you could step these up and add dies on the things. You could add embossing folders. You know, you can step up cards all kinds of ways. But these are lovely cards just the way they are. Okay, the next one, this is the pattern paper, pattern party paper. That is the host set, one of the host choices. Aren't they fun?
they are.
Oh, and here, this is the same punch. The bottom one is the same out of the same color, but I cut it in half and pulled that up. That's what I meant by different
Mhm.
things. So it's just one punch. But
It's,
again, I'm accenting, so adding a little more color. Because again, with just the white, it wouldn't be quite enough. Now, a circle behind this would be great too. I love putting circle punches behind things, but I think that's fun. And one of the punches is a double oval, and that is the 2 ovals. That was one of the ones that we used earlier, but I'm not sure. Oh, quick children's cards sometimes. Yvonne, that is a good idea. Yes, I would be glad to do that. That would be very fun. Next, we have the pansies, the pansy petal paper. This is the double oval punch. Did I use that on a separate card too? Maybe I did use this one on too. I wasn't trying to duplicate, but I might have. It was getting a little late.
No,
But
you got a circle punch and then the other.
okay, so here we have the little birthdays. And again, these papers are the same, but the colors are totally different. And these are the same, but pulling out different colors. I just think it makes them striking to look at. You know, they can just be. One of those punches is labeled me fancy. I think you are right, Judith. So thank you. So I just think these are really fun. And you know, it's funny because I used to keep a box of things for my grandkids, of course, to play with. So I have a lot of discontinued punches in there. But you know, when they come to my house, we live in a craft house. They don't want me to bring out that special kids box. They want to look at my shelves and pull off anything they want. So I quickly realized, no, I'm not saving any retired things for them because I totally get it. And they do. And I love it. So that's just fine. They're not going to be satisfied with something else.
And she says to me,
great.
Grandpa, I hope you remember where these go.
No, it's all part of the fun. I love it. And this gorgeous paper, this is actually paper that is going to be for my May. That should go up tomorrow. For the April card kits, we're using this stunning paper. So just know that I love this paper too. This is Expressions in Ink.
Yeah.
And I think, and another punch, and again, punched a second time, just layered a little bit below and then accented up in that corner. So happiest of birthdays to you. You realize these are all birthday stamps, but they're all different. Oh, everyday label punch. Yeah, I did use some of the retiring punches. Some of the punches are retiring. I do not know. Like this one is retiring. This whole stamp set. Look at these gorgeous cards, you guys. And this stamp set has sympathy saying in it. I think these would make great sympathy cards to have on hand. And with this punch, look how beautiful that is. I think those are just stunning. And this is from the stamp set that goes with this. So it's just kind of designed to fit all that. But I just thought, I just love that. And again, these are only 2 of the paper choices in this. Elegant. I think this is Simply Elegant, possibly. But I think how fun is that? And then, yeah, so this might make you, if you're running out to order, see what punches are retiring that are still available, because you know punches are always good. Now this one, now we're into paper that will be around a little longer because it's in the thin catalog, which runs through June. But keep in mind, at some point they run out of things towards the end, so I wouldn't wait really long. But how springy! I think these are so fun. And this one I just plain cut. I just
What do you mean?
took words. I mean, this isn't a punch. This is just trimmed. I stamped and then trimmed around it. So it's actually putsier than using a punch.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked the idea of doing this. This didn't need even a background under it. So I just left this just very plain and did it in coordinating color. And I just think these are gorgeous.
It popped up. Yeah.
And then the insides just,
Yep.
I have pumped up. But I just love that. And the insides just coordinate. So very fun. Andrew says, if you're really thrifty, yes, you could use a punch to punch out the background paper if it's going to be covered. Yes, anything like that. So we're good at doing that. So I think that's a really fun one. One of my favorite papers in this is the Symbols of Fortune. And you guys know I have done so many cards out of this paper. I think these words are sending 1,000 well wishes on your special day. This is also from the stamp set that goes with this. I think, aren't those beautiful?
They are.
And this one is stamped right on one of the designer series paper and put on. So it does not have a background. These, I just put a large circle behind it because it just needed a little more of an accent. So that's really cool. Oh, we're getting to the end. So it is going to be, so when you're posting in the Back Porch Stampers, this is the weekly challenge. I'd like to see 2 cards. You're fine with just doing 2. You could use one 6x6, but show 2 different ways you used it. Because we always use that challenge. And then we all see tons more ideas.
In every set of 4, I vote in my head.
Yeah.
I don't share, but this is my favorite in this one.
And the reason I'm doing 4, here's my other favorite paper, the New Horizons. One of the reasons I'm doing 4 is that if you're cutting one piece of paper, you might as well be cutting 2. So it just ended up being 4, but you could just do 1 and make 2 cards. You could do 8 together. If you have like a slice and dice, just do a whole bunch and then create your fun cards. Aren't these fun?
They are. Green?
Yep.
Huh.
Evergreen. So 2 greens. We've got the olive and the evergreen, and then pulled out 2 other colors. This one seemed a little dark with the blue when I switched it. So there, you can see I added white. I put white here. So again, you can play with them. Now, if you want to up your cards even a little more, you could go with 1 more layer behind, go 1/4 inch bigger. So you see this paper a lot. The stamp set that goes with this, there are birds, there are trees, there are all these things you could add. But since I am only focused on the paper today, we are just showing the paper. And I think these, again, are beautiful. And they'd also make great sympathy cards. Next, we have Blessings of Home. Ooh, we're down to
I see the end.
2 more left. So this is the Blessings of Home, Heart and Home. Heart and Home. Blessings of Home is a stamp set. But again, how fun. So we have the bee paper and then this paper. This one, I just used the 2 colors. And in retrospect, I could have been a little more dramatic and used the, I think there's a dark gray in there. I could have added 1 more color in here because these are kind of the same, but they look nice. I think they're just fun cards.
When you see these in person, they look like they're textured.
Yeah,
They look like
you're
they're
right,
built
they
up,
do.
but they're not.
And here again, I just cut out the words and put a punch under it. Instead of a circle, like on the other ones, I used one of the other punches to put under here. And this, Have a Perfect Birthday, is from the stamp set that goes with that. So that's why I used that one. If they didn't have a birthday in the coordinating stamp set, then I used a punch and a different birthday. And then the last one.
I would do this. I would cut the word perfect out and leave a blank and just tell them that they can put whatever word they want in there.
But you know what else would be fun? Stamp this in a second color and then cut out the perfect and pop that up. So you really notice it like perfect. And so it's like that would be very fun. Okay. And then we have the baseball thing. I love this card. I love how that turned out with the little stars there. And again, the happy birthday, and just some fun cards to have on hand. So for your baseball lovers right here. And that's it. So I'm going to put a link up here. If I know, I guess on YouTube, if I know how to do that, to another series of videos that I've done, just all using the 6x6 paper. Because sometimes it's fun to just, sit down and see a bunch of simple ideas, or to be reminded of some simple ideas. So thanks, you guys. So batching. Oh, I love that, batch card making. Oh, I haven't used that word. So we batched our birthday cards. Batched birthday cards. That's perfect. That could have been a good title. Thanks, guys. Tomorrow starts a new month. So there's a lot going on. Let me know if you're, the new catalog. Can't show the inside, but
there's the outside.
Tomorrow I can order them. So as soon as they get to me, we will be mailing them out. And if you have placed an order through us in the last 6 months, you are automatically getting one. You don't need to do anything. If you haven't but want one from us, I'll put a link, but you just go to KarenTitus.com. At the top, you see free catalogs. Just put your name in there so I get those out.
If Karen posts a message tomorrow, I'm retiring and I'm turning the business over to Tim.
Yeah,
Remember, it's April Fool's.
Okay, and remember, it would be Tim posting and not me. But also, tomorrow I get to pre-order some things. So I will be doing an unboxing. So watch for that as soon as they come.
And I do know her password, so I could.
Thanks, guys. Have a wonderful weekend.
Goodbye.